Warning: the below contains major spoilers for the Doogie Kamealoha, M.D. series premiere. There's a new 16-year-old prodigy practicing medicine in Hawaii. And the story of Lahela Doogie Kamealoha, Peyton Elizabeth Lee, will make you nostalgic for Neil Patrick Harris Doogie Howser, M.D. In the world of the Disney Plus series, Doogie Kamealoha, M.D., the 80s and 90s show exists, which is why it is more than a bit noticeable when the pilot repeats part of Doogie Howser's plotlines. Lahela's day begins with her surfing, before her dad, Benny, Jason Scott Lee, tags along for her test for her driver's license, just like Douglas' mom did. Like Douglas, Lahela pulls over to help someone injured in an accident, shows off her credentials, warns the cops they could go to jail for criminal negligence if they don't let her work, and saves the victim's leg. At the hospital, Lahela deals with a patient threatening to sue for being treated by a 16-year-old, and she easily treats him and reminds him of the laws that state he can't take this to court. Douglas did the same. Her other patient, Will Barry Bostwick, is an old man with a heart condition. She and Dr. Lee, Ronnie Chang, disagree about the course of treatment. It's a nice parallel to Douglas' young patient, William, who, too, needed a heart but was too weak for the transplant. In both shows, the doctor assures the patient he'll be fixed up so a really sick guy can take the bed, which doesn't quite work with the older Will. But what does work here are the conversations Lahela has with Will. And like in the original series, Lahela fights with her parent who is her boss at work, in this case, her mother, Dr. Clara Hannon, played by Kathleen Rose Perkins, on and off the job. She disagrees with her assessment of Will's treatment and tries to get a later curfew for the dance. Like Douglas' attempt to borrow his dad's car, Lahela fails to convince her mom. Both teens leave their dances when they're called in, only to find out that their patient died. Nothing could have been done to save Will. Disney/Karen Neal. Where the two shows diverge, however, is with the families in the pilots. In the reimagining, Clara already comes off as warmer than Douglas' father. She pulls a mom move by calling Lahela out on the hip action in her TikTok video and confides in her husband, who has a shaved ice flower truck parked outside the hospital, that she worries about their daughter shutting her out. And we get a sweet moment between mother and daughter after Will's death, in which Clara opens up about the first patient she lost. Lahela also has two brothers, and her best friend Steph, Emma Mizell, is not at all shy about her interest in the older one, Kai, Matthew Sato. Another point of divergence, thankfully, is that Doogie Kamealoha, M.D.